You know, I never thought I'd be standing here today, sharing my journey to better health and how I managed to reverse prediabetes. It feels a bit surreal, honestly. Just a few years ago, I was living life like I was invincible, eating whatever I wanted, skipping workouts, and ignoring all the signs my body was trying to send me. I mean, who really pays attention to those little whispers until they turn into shouts, right? So let's rewind a bit. It all started with a routine checkup. You know, the kind where you think, I'm fine, I feel great. I walked into the doctor's office feeling confident, maybe even a little cocky. I was in my late 20s, thought I was healthy because I wasn't overweight, and I was still young. But then, the doctor came in with that serious look on his face. I could tell something was off. He sat down, looked me straight in the eye, and said, "Your blood sugar levels are elevated. You're in the pre-diabetic range." Pre-diabetes. Those two words hit me like a ton of bricks. I had heard of diabetes, of course, but pre-diabetes. It sounded like a warning sign, a red flag waving furiously in front of me. I remember feeling a mix of disbelief and fear. I thought, how did I get here? I mean, I wasn't chowing down on donuts every day or drinking soda like it was water. I was just living my life, right? But the truth is, I was ignoring the little things. My diet was filled with hidden sugars, refined carbs, and processed foods. I thought I was making healthy choices, but I was really just fooling myself. I was eating salads topped with sugary dressings, grabbing granola bars that were more candy than health food, and my love for pasta was more than a casual affair. I was also stressed out, working long hours and relying on late-night snacks to keep me going. It was a perfect storm brewing inside my body, and I was completely oblivious to it. After that doctor's appointment, I decided I had to make a change. I didn't want to be a statistic. I didn't want to end up with full-blown diabetes, taking pills, injecting insulin, and living in fear of what I could or couldn't eat. So, I took a deep breath and started my journey. First, I began to educate myself. I dove into research about pre-diabetes, nutrition, and healthy lifestyle changes. I watched countless YouTube videos, read articles, and even joined online forums. It was overwhelming at first, but I quickly realized that knowledge is power. I learned about the glycemic index, the importance of fiber, and how to read food labels like a pro. I discovered that not all carbs are created equal and that whole foods are my best friends. Next, I took a hard look at my eating habits. I started meal prepping, which was a game changer. I'd spend Sunday afternoons chopping veggies, cooking grains, and portioning out snacks for the week. It felt like I was taking control of my food choices. I swapped out white bread for whole grain, sugary cereals for oatmeal, and replaced my beloved pasta with zucchini noodles. I started experimenting with new recipes, discovering flavors I never knew I loved. I even found a passion for cooking that I didn't know existed within me. But it wasn't just about what I was eating, it was also about how I was eating. I learned to practice mindful eating, to savor each bite, and to listen to my body. I started paying attention to my hunger cues instead of just eating out of habit or boredom. I'd sit down at the table, turn off my phone, and truly enjoy my meals. It was liberating, and I found that I didn't miss the mindless snacking as much as I thought I would. Exercise was another crucial piece of the puzzle. I had always been somewhat active, but I had never really committed to a regular workout routine. I knew I needed to change that. I started small, incorporating short walks into my day. I'd walk during my lunch breaks, and soon I was walking for an hour every day. It felt good to move my body, to feel the fresh air on my skin. As the weeks went by, I decided to challenge myself further. I joined a local gym and tried a variety of classes: yoga, kickboxing, spinning. I found joy in the movement, the sweat, and the community. I made new friends who were on similar journeys, and we encouraged each other to keep going. I started to notice changes, not just in my body, but in my mindset. I felt stronger, more energetic, and more alive than I had in years. Of course, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. There were days when I felt like giving up, days when I craved the comfort of my old habits. I'd stand in front of the pantry, staring at the cookies, and think, just one won't hurt. But then I'd remind myself of why I started this journey in the first place. I wanted to be healthy, to live a long, vibrant life, and to set a good example for those around me. I also faced challenges with social situations. Going out to eat with friends became a bit tricky. I had to learn how to navigate menus, make requests, and sometimes even say no to tempting treats. But I found that being open about my journey helped. My friends were supportive, and they were often inspired by my choices. I learned to enjoy my meals out by focusing on the company rather than just the food. I'd order grilled chicken with veggies instead of a heavy pasta dish, and I'd find joy in the laughter and conversation rather than the quantity of food on my plate. As the months rolled on, I started to notice some incredible changes. I had more energy, my mood improved, and I was sleeping better than I had in years. I felt lighter, both physically and mentally. And then came the moment of truth, my follow-up appointment with the doctor. I was nervous, but I also felt a sense of pride. I had put in the work, and I was ready to see the results. When the doctor walked in with my lab results, I could see the surprise on his face. "Your blood sugar levels are back to normal," he said, a smile breaking across his face. I couldn't believe it. All those hours spent meal prepping, the sweat from workouts, the sacrifices. It was all worth it. I had reversed my prediabetes. In that moment, I felt a rush of emotions: relief, joy, gratitude. I had taken control of my health, and it had paid off. But more than that, I realized this journey wasn't just about numbers or weight loss. It was about reclaiming my life. I had learned to prioritize myself, to listen to my body, and to make choices that aligned with my values. Now, I stand here, sharing my story not just to celebrate my success, but to encourage anyone out there who might be struggling with their health. If you find yourself in a similar situation, know that it's never too late to make a change. Start small, educate yourself, and don't be afraid to seek support. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, and remember that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. I'm not perfect. I still have days when I indulge a little too much, or when I skip a workout. But I've learned to forgive myself and to keep moving forward. This journey is ongoing, and I'm excited to see where it takes me next. So if you're ready to take that first step, just know you're not alone. We're all in this together, and every little change you make can lead to something incredible. Thank you for listening to my story. Here's to better health and a brighter future.